Oh, hey, hello. Okay, so
So
I'm not sure.
I want to ask a question. Where are we and why are we walking forward slowly, dramatically?
Okay, slowly. You're walking a bit too fast for the beautiful day today. Anyway, we're from Mandays, under Matt and Kim.
That's us. Yeah.
That's us. You can click here to. No, you can't click to find out more about us anyway. Where are we here today?
Why are we here today?
We're here to taste some beers.
Are we?
Yes.
Okay. And why here in particular?
Well, one, because we can get them 2 for 1, so it's slightly cheaper.
Well, exactly. We're heading over to sQue, I understand.
Yep.
Excuse this
sQue at,
fancy place.
this fancy place. Well, it's actually a very nice place.
It's nice.
It's very nice. As you can tell, Mandays has never been overly prepared. You can never be too prepared for our talks out here on Mandays. And we're going to find out a little bit more about beer today.
We're going to review some beers, try to judge them with professional criteria.
Yeah, exactly.
So, bear with us.
This is going to be,
A long day.
yeah.
Let's go. sQue. Alright.
sQue Rotisserie and Alehouse is located above Clarke Quay MRT station and boasts a collection of over 200 international bottled beers. There are ongoing promotions throughout the week, but most notably, sQue boasts one of the longest happy hours in town.
Alright, welcome back to Mandays. Ernest, Matt and Kim
Mandays on location.
on location.
We're a very professional radio show.
Are we? And we're on the screen as well. So if you tune into our somehow what TV show we're going to have, I don't know, but well, we can say hi to you.
There's a
Alright.
visual component.
There is. Okay, so we've got about 5 minutes on this talk set, and here we go. Where are we now?
We're in the middle of Clarke Quay,
We are in the middle of Clarke Quay at sQue.
which is this really fancy place.
It's really nice. It's a Rotisserie and bar.
And
Rotisserie.
Ernest is
Rotisserie.
good at pronunciation, apparently.
Well, there we are, and we're tasting beer today.
That's right. Why are we tasting beer?
Okay, here's from the most manly person in the room. Apparently, it's manly to drink beer.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing a beer tasting in honor of Mandays.
Heard that firsthand. Okay. How?
Well,
Breaking news. Okay.
with our mouths mostly, with our nose, with our ear if we can swing it.
And because we're on screen with our face.
Yes.
Yep.
So you can see our expressions.
Well, okay. So talking about beer, there's so many kinds of beer in the world. As we know, not all beers are made equal.
Of course.
Some beers are more equal than others.
That's true.
George
That's true.
Orwell.
Well, there's a difference between the most common question that everyone gets. What is the difference between drop beers, bottled beers, and canned beers?
That's even before getting into the way of how it's made or anything.
Even before time itself.
When the dinosaurs roamed the earth, questions were asked about beer.
Hey, T-Rex!
Drinking.
What's the difference? Yeah.
That was racist.
Crushing tiger cans on their T-Rex foreheads.
They were crushing
Saber-toothed
saber-toothed beers.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll run through this for you at home because I know many of us here have this question and we want to set it in manly terms. Gonna give the truth right here. Truth. So drop beers, what is the good thing about drop beers? Matt.
Well, for one, the draft beer is in a bar setting. You don't have a draft at home, so there's the sort of, pub setting, the familiarity and nice camaraderie.
That's
But
true.
you also get a much nicer pour, which will affect the head of the beer, its foaminess and general character.
That's right. And but of course, there's a drawback of draft beer or drop beer. Draft or draft, are they the same?
I go draft.
Draft. I don't know. The menu says draught, so
Well,
that kind of beer that goes from the other kind. The risk is that there's cross contamination when the tubes and equipment are not cleaned properly between beers.
Always sanitize your instruments.
Yeah,
it's essential for any stage of the beer process.
that's true.
Or
in
any
fact.
process of life.
Oh, you're right. Oh, well, there we go. Our first beer is here. and it is a draft beer. We'll hang on to that for a while. Actually, should we just go straight into it first? For now, we'll cut later.
We can let it sit for a little.
We'll let it sit for a little bit. Okay, great.
Alright.
So bottled beers are great because they can have higher concentration of higher carbonation. That's great, always, especially for Belgian beers, apparently. And secondary
conditioning, wherein the beer can take on some additional flavors after it's been bottled.
Yep. Of course, the drawback of bottled beers is that there might be light. I don't know if it's called contamination or something like that. Go on to Google and find out.
Very helpful
when
journalism.
when light comes into the bottle and
Yes.
yeah.
Depending on the type of bottle used, it can allow differing amounts of light to affect the beer.
Yep.
And after long enough exposure to the light, certain compounds in the beer can break down and take on a sort of skunky flavor.
Oh.
Very scientific here on Mandays.
That's industry term.
Industry term, skunky. Okay. And last but not least, canned beer. Right. What's so fantastic about canned beer is cheaper.
Definitely.
That's all.
Well,
And we're done.
Of course, the drawback of yeah, you said.
well, if canned beer is the beer of choice if you want to drink beer squatting on the corner outside of 7-Eleven.
But that's true. That's definitely true.
For the ultimate depressed look, go with the can.
Yeah, I would say so.
If you want to look like a hoodlum.
If you want to bang them against your forehead at the end.
Yeah,
of the
that's
drink.
right. But the only drawback of canned beer is getting judged.
Yeah.
Of which, after you're drunk, it doesn't really matter.
Who cares?
Who cares, right? We'll talk about top fermenting and bottom fermenting later on in the second top set, and letting you know a little bit more what's the difference, because I have no idea. Matt has all the answers to that. I have no idea what's the difference. To me, all beers are beers, and we embrace all kind of beer.
We're equal
Meanwhile, this-
opportunity beer drinkers.
Wow.
Okay, so the beer is here back on Mandays, and we have ordered 4 beers. We have ordered a lager, an ale, a wheat, and wheat beer, and a bottled beer to have a difference between the 4. And the first among which is here, that's none other than
Singha.
Singha from Thailand.
Thailand.
That's a lager.
Okay, so how do we go about doing this tasting? Because usually I just stuff it all in my mouth and we're done for the day.
Yeah. Well, if we want to be systematic, if we want to pretend to be professional about this, we can follow 5 steps.
Okay, so Kim and I, let's try this out first as Matt give us the instructions.
We will learn from the
Okay.
masters.
It really is here, so cheers first. Okay, now here we go. Okay.
So just take in the appearance, see the appealing color, how does it speak to you?
Meanwhile, Ernest and I look completely ridiculous as we bend down to look at the color of the drink.
Well, it's really clear, I have to say, this is a lager beer.
Yeah. And the thing about the lager beer is because it takes bottom fermenting yeast,
Mm-hmm.
it usually the yeast eats up all of the sugars and stuff within the beer during the brewing process,
Mm-hmm.
resulting in a generally clear beer.
Clear beer.
So the appearance is clear and the taste is.
Don't tell us about the taste yet. We'll see how that goes. Okay.
Okay.
But I was assuming we're gonna say it clear. But
Well, I wasn't going to say clear.
okay. So the bubbles are forming in a very small bubbles,
Yeah.
in a steady flow. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the aroma.
Waft.
Oh, it reminds me of Thailand. No, I kid you not. I love it.
Strangely specific. I take it you've been to Thailand.
Yeah, I have. I had one chang beer every night.
Oh, thank God. I thought you'd follow up that one with something else that I didn't want to know about.
Well, oh, it's nice. Yeah. I'm not sure how to really explain the aroma. What should I smell?
I'm going to let me smell.
Okay, yeah. Matt is going to take his own sniff.
That sounded very much like a drug commercial, but I'll let that slide.
It's
It's light. It smells very light.
It's a light but almost bracing sort of aroma, like taking in a breath of cold air.
Yes, it is.
Um,
It smells refreshing. I see a bit citrus, like lemonish. I foresee a bit of lemon.
Yeah.
but I don't think there really is. Just to qualify myself in case people at home think I'm a joke. Okay,
Maybe they
but
are.
yes, so the aroma is really refreshing. I'm really looking forward to taste this, and that is the third step.
Yes.
So here we go. We'll take a sip.
Go for an initial taste.
Wow. The beer tastes very nice.
It's lighter than I thought it would be.
It is. It is. Matt, would you like to have a go as well? And,
Yeah.
and you give us a comment. There's a pondering moment at this time.
Yeah. Well, it's got a pretty nice rounded weedy flavor to it, or malty flavor rather, which is nice.
It's malty. This is
A
this
little
is
bit.
considered malty.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
It's that sort of more rounded, thick flavor at the end of the tasting
Yes.
spectrum. Well, in my current experience.
I'll take your experience and we'll run with that.
Not like Ernest and I would know.
But I would try, but not really. But okay, yeah. So that's the initial taste and the initial impression. We still have 2 more steps to go in the 5-step process.
Then now we want to sort of judge its mouthfeel, how its texture feels as we're drinking it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here we go. It's actually quite thick for me.
It's surprising. I think it's surprisingly thick for such a light-looking
Yes,
beer.
it is. It is. Probably because of the carbonation. That's why it tastes thick.
That could
Yes.
add some to it, but you know, it does have very. It has a surprisingly full body for its
Yes.
lighter flavor and color.
That's true. That's very true. What else would I add as we go into our last point, which is the
Aftertaste.
aftertaste? Well, it makes me feel happy.
That's
Not
maybe
yet.
just you, Ernest.
Not yet.
Don't know what you had before this.
Not yet.
I think this is only like 5 ABV.
Yeah, if you're lucky. But aftertaste.
It doesn't last very long, does it?
It doesn't.
The aftertaste.
It is
kind
not
of dissipates.
it's
really
not as lingering as German Eringes Dunkels.
But I mean, would you say it leaves like a harsh, like it has a strong aftertaste and then fades away, or
Try that
does it-
again.
Does it sort of taper away slowly?
No, it actually doesn't last too long. Get a bit more of the aroma at the end, but not really a lingering taste.
No, there is no distinguishable like taste of in your face.
But just some like maybe just a little general strong note that quickly drops away.
Probably yes. I would
Okay.
say that a little more of that.
Let me try, Matt.
Yes, please.
Ponder. As we sit around in Mandays and watch Matt pontificate about beer.
We'll wave to the camera, boys.
No, I mean the sing-off's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I would order this out.
5 out of 10 would recommend.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
tell you what, we'll keep them in suspense. We'll go through a little bit more of each beer in the coming few minutes. We'll let you all know about the other few beers, and we'll give you a final verdict at the end. How about that? And we'll give you the final verdict back in the studios.
Oh yeah, stay tuned.
There we go. All right. All right. So once again, we've just had our beer tasting, and it's a good time.
We've drunk our fill.
Almost.
But we haven't come to a conclusion as to which is our favorite yet.
Oh, that's a good question, and you have to tune in on Monday to find out our final conclusion for what is the best beer for each of us.
I have a lot of deliberations left. A lot of rubrics to fill in.
Consideration, meditation, and much consideration.
I have to ask my guru.
After much repeat, you'll find out. Tune in on Monday, 2 to 3:30, only on Radio Pulse, the sound of NUS.
Okay.
Bon,
I hope it worked.